This is her.
This is Angela.
Yes.
Well, this is Jim Beaver. How you doing?
I'm doing really good now.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I hear you've been going through a rough time.
Yeah.
Well, anything you want to talk to me about?
I don't even know what to say.
You don't know what to say.
No.
Oh, come on, you're what? You're 14?
15.
16?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my daughter is almost 15, and she doesn't have any trouble coming up with something to say, so, of course, she knows me a little better than you do, so.
Yeah.
So where do you live?
I live in this tiny town in Texas called Martins Mill.
Oh, yeah? What's it close to?
Canton, First Monday.
It's close to Canton, First Monday. It's about an hour away from Dallas.
Oh, you know I grew up in Dallas.
Really?
Yeah. You know where Irving is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where the Dallas airport is.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in Irving, really.
Oh my gosh.
That was a little bit before your time. About 50 years before your time. So tell me what's going on with you. What's life like there where you live?
We haven't really had much of a winter.
No?
It probably the coldest it's got is like 30 degrees.
Really?
Yeah.
Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty warm for February.
I think our winter's over.
Yeah, I think ours is too. It's 85 degrees here in Los Angeles.
Shout out to the guys.
Which is pretty hot for the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you're in what? You're in 10th grade?
Yeah.
Yeah? How is 10th grade?
It's kind of stressful. I've been like switching from public school to homeschool, then back to public school.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, sort of the same thing going on with my daughter. She's been in 3 different schools this year. So, but I think it's mainly because she doesn't like to do homework.
I can relate to that.
What's that?
I said I can relate to that.
I bet you can. Homework was never my favorite part of school. Of course, back when I was a kid, you know, we had to carve our homework on blocks of stone. Tell me this: have you ever heard of a show called Supernatural?
Yes.
You have.
Yes. I haven't started season 11 yet, but I'm getting there.
You haven't seen season 11 yet?
No, but I have it recorded.
Ah, okay. What do you record them all and then watch them all in a bunch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I
That's kinda
hear
not my-
that you've like made like a comeback, and I was really happy about that.
Yeah, I was too. I like the job and I like the paycheck. So,
How's
worked out
hanging
real
out?
well for me.
How's hanging out with the guys?
Oh, it's great. They're a great bunch of people, and I really like working with them. I really like working with the crew. The crew is so funny and so much fun, and it helps make being in almost 100% rain bearable. Because you may not be able to tell from watching the show, but it rains all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty boring.
Well, you all are like certainly an inspiration for me. Like, I'll have like a bad day, and I'll come home and I will just watch Supernatural, reruns or not, and it just automatically
Yeah.
puts me like in a way better mood.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. It's, we don't often get to communicate with the people who watch the shows we work on, and it makes me really feel good to know that you get something out of it, and that you enjoy it, and that it can help your mood sometimes. I'm the same way. Sometimes I get stressed out, and I go turn on the television and watch a show that I like, and by the time it's over, maybe I've forgotten how bad I felt for a little while.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, what do you like to do besides watch hunky young guys on Supernatural?
That's
My
pretty much
life,
it.
my life doesn't really come out of Supernatural.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you read? You like to read?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. That's about my favorite thing to do in the world, is read. Even more than television. It takes me on adventures to places I never dreamed of, and sometimes your imagination when you're reading a story is even better than seeing it with your eyes.
Yeah.
So I always have a book with me. I just finished jury duty this afternoon and rode the train back home, and I read a book all along on the train because it took me out of my trouble, took me out of my the humdrum of daily life, and so I encourage you to read as much as you can, in between Supernatural episodes, of course.
Yeah. I'm reading Looking for Alaska by John Green right now.
Oh yeah, I just bought that for my daughter. She hasn't read it yet, but she loved
The Fault in Our Stars.
The Fault in Our Stars. She loved that book so much that now she wants to go to Amsterdam. And, so I thought it would be cheaper to just buy her another John Green book. Yeah, I haven't read any of his books, but I saw the movie, and I thought the movie was pretty good, The Fault in Our Stars. And I know that we have millions of fans your age, so are you pretty far along in it?
Yeah, it's really good so far.
Oh, good. Well, I wonder another one by him, too, but I can't remember the name of it. She's a little harder to get to read. She used to like to read a lot, but now she'd rather watch Glee videos on her phone. 'Cause she's a big Glee fan. And there's another show too, Switched at Birth, that she likes a lot. But she doesn't follow Supernatural very much. I think because she thinks it's silly that her father's on it.
What?
But she knows me in a very different way from everybody else. So
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, she thinks I'm kind of a goofball. She doesn't know how cool I actually am. What are your plans for after you get out of school?
I have no clue.
No?
Yeah, that's...
It's early. You don't have to decide. I didn't have a clue when I was your age either.
Yeah.
By the time I was 17 or so, I wanted to be a writer. And it still took me several years before I started doing it. And then, look where I ended up.
When did you decide to go into, like, acting?
Well, I went into the military right after college. after high school. And then when I got out 3 years later, I started college, and I wanted to be a writer, but they didn't have any very good classes in the kind of writing I wanted to do. So I took theater classes because I thought, well, that might be fun. And it was. It was so much fun that I decided that's what I wanted to do with my life. So, of course, by this point in my life, it's too late to change my mind, even if I wanted to. But I do still write, and I love acting too. But acting's really hard. Not so much the work, but getting the jobs is really, really hard. The nice thing about writing and reading is you can do them both pretty much anywhere you are, anytime you feel like it. So, but you'll think of something, and I have great confidence in you. I know that in another year or two, you'll start coming up with something that fascinates you and that you want to devote your life to. But like I said, you don't have to be in a hurry yet. There's still a lot of world to discover out there. So listen, I am going to send you a photo, if you don't mind, and sign it to you. I ran out of all my supernatural pictures. I'm having some new ones printed up. But as soon as I get them, I will send one to you. Is that okay with you?
I am perfectly okay with that.
Are you perfectly okay with that?
Yes.
Well, one of the fun things about being on this show is that everybody acts like it's fun to meet me and talk to me and all that stuff. And I keep thinking, well, I wouldn't walk across the street to talk to me. But if other people feel differently, it makes me feel very happy. So I've got your address from my friend who knows your mom, and it will probably take a few days, maybe even a week, before I can get the pictures back. But as soon as I do, I will send you one. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Well, I have a meeting now with some people, and I have to let you go. But I just wanted to say that it's a real pleasure to talk to you and to meet you on the phone, and that I know things have sometimes been a little rough. My daughter went through some really rough times the last couple of years, but as Jared says, always keep fighting, and remember that even when things are going bad, they will pass. Okay, things will get better. Just keep moving toward life and toward the light. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, darling. It's been a real joy to talk to you, and I'll get a picture up to you as soon as I can. Okay.
Okay.
And could you do me a favor?
Sure.
Could you call me an idiot?
Idiot?
Oh, thank you. Nobody ever calls me one. I always have to call. Well, listen, you take real good care of yourself, okay, Angela?
Okay, you do.
Okay, darling. I'll talk to you another time then.
Okay. Say hi to the guys
Bye-bye.
for me.
What's that?
Say hi to the guys for me.
I sure will. I'll see them in a couple of weeks. We have a convention in Las Vegas, and I'll see them there, and I will tell them hi for you.
Okay.
Okay. Much love, darling. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's talk to Jim Beaver. I just had a conversation with Jim Beaver. I just had a conversation with Jim Beaver. Let me sit down. Let me sit down.
Was that not awesome?
Oh my. Who's there?
We'll go outside and see. What's he gonna do? Run over here with the soccer ball?
I guess you're gonna be checking the mail, huh?
Yeah.
He's gonna say hi to the guys for you too.
When?
I don't know. Adrenaline rush was going through my mind.
I think he said when he sees him in Los Angeles. Is that what he said? Something like that.
Oh no, we got it recorded.
Now I have to go to a convention.